So Bill Cosby is out of prison, and there were some comments by Felicia Rashad, which I'm going to look up if I can. I hope I can. Um, Bill Cosby. Let me look it up. I don't think. Yeah, Felicia Rashad responds to Bill Cosby's freedom, and she says, "Finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected. I love him. What you're seeing is the destruction of a legacy, and I think it's orchestrated." So basically, why would why would a black woman say that stuff, knowing the barrage? And this, you know what sucks? None of this was being said the moment that he was being put into prison. So now that he's out and the worst has been done, now that the worst is done, it's like, oh, he's innocent. Yay, let's do innocence. That sucks. The only person who was saying he was innocent was Kanye West. Kanye West was like, Bill Cosby's innocent, yo, in tweets. And the Daily Show, he's like, well, Bill Cosby's the furthest from innocent. Well, we know he had sex with the women, but maybe he only had sex with them that way because of two reasons. One, there was some white guys, white men, had to be white men, couldn't be black men, had to be some white rich men who wanted to sleep with the girls. So what Bill Cosby would do is he would just drug them, and what would happen is instead of having sex with, let's say I have a disease or something's going on with me, I would just get a girl and go, oh, here, take a drug. We're going to sleep together, and it's because of my dick problems, and I don't want to look at you. And then another person will come and have sex with you. So that's one theory, which isn't true. I don't know any. It's a completely false theory. There's nothing true about it. But that's one theory of why he would do it. Another theory is he just couldn't get his dick up, so it was embarrassing, so he just put the girls to sleep. Or maybe it was just a fetish of what he liked to do. Then there's an ultimate reality of what Jughead said in Riverdale. When you just look at the impossible, you look at what's real. It was just bullshit. He was just having sex with women. They paid the women because he was famous and he was Bill Cosby and he was a $600 million man. And they just literally went, okay, we're just going to say that you drugged the women and had sex with them. And I'm sure he had to. I don't know how. We really got to talk to Bill Cosby because what was it? Either he trying to kill him or trying to take his money. What was the one thing that he would go, okay, well, it's only 2 years in prison and he got out now, so it wasn't a big deal. But basically it was like a Dave Chappelle where they're like, hey, man, you might as well just go to prison and you know you're innocent. You know you're a Reuben Carter. You know you're a hurricane. You know you didn't do shit. So just go spend the time in prison, keep your millions of dollars, and now it's like, oh, everybody's like, oh, he's innocent, he's innocent. Fuck everybody. I did think of saying shit about Bill Cosby back then, but I was like, I couldn't understand, like, how does a black man not say shit? If Wesley Snipes is like, oh, I never did taxes, I never didn't pay my taxes, I paid them and they put me behind prison, I'd be like, well, Wesley Snipes is a black man. He'll say, I paid my fucking taxes. An interview will come out and he'll say, I paid my shit. But you start to realize that, like, Bill Cosby must have done something that he's not innocent, because what did he do that was that other than fear for his life and fear for his finances? Because we know that his son had this tire. They were talking about they had this tire that it refills itself up if it goes if there's a flat tire, like if a nail goes over it, it refills itself up with electronically. Then there was another thing they were talking about, how he wanted to buy NBC, and NBC is a white-owned network, even though there's black people who run the chairman or whatever they do, they don't own it. He wanted to own a network, he had the money, and it's true, he was the Barack Obama. It was like Bill Cosby was Barack Obama, and they fucked him over, and it would make sense that years later people go, oh, that sucks, you were innocent, and blah, blah, blah. It just goes to show where the fuck were these people come out with this shit when he's about to go to prison. When he's one day away from prison, say some shit that he's innocent, and nobody cared. And it just goes to show you how fucked up it is, because Kanye West said it, she's saying it. They did fuck him over. Do I know anything about Bill Cosby? No. But I know when he was, oh, the pudding, the pudding, and you got to do the pudding voice, and everybody liked the comedy of making fun of the pudding. And, everybody made fun of him. And now it was like, oh, I was supposed to put something in your drink and make you go to sleep. And bullshit. And I'm not just saying this now. I wanted to do videos before, but I was like, what's the point? He's already in prison. He must have confessed. I don't know what happened. But if you're Michael Jackson and somebody says, hey, you're a pedophile and you go to prison for pedophilia, you're like, well, what did you do? Because if you did nothing and you're sitting there just to keep $1 billion, you're like, damn, it's $1 billion. So that, I don't know. I can't imagine what the fuck he went through. So way to go, Bill Cosby. And he got out, and a lot of people are talking shit like Chauvin, the guy who killed George Floyd. They're saying, oh, George Floyd, he's a police officer and he has no priors. And the people talk about, oh, that's not fair that Bill Cosby didn't get more time in prison. Chauvin might get out in 2 years for good behavior too, but he killed somebody. In this case, Bill Cosby just fucked. He just put his penis in a vagina, and this time it was okay, a sleep vagina. And you go, oh, well, he had a legacy. He was an old man. He's an old man. He's black. Black don't crack. Black is good sometimes. But sometimes black is good. There's a lot of bad black out there in the sense of, that's what and I don't want to get into it, but like the prison system is built where they make $1 billion making a prison system. So they're not going to put white people in the prisons. White people don't make prisons to put black people free. They don't say, okay, well, you're black and you hit a car driving. Okay, well, you could just go home. They just put you in prison because they built a prison. If you build a hotel, you want people to sleep in it. And in this case, you would never have a hotel that's empty all the time going, well, it's been 6 years and it's the emptiest prison system. They don't make any money, so they have to keep building. So they go, well, these people are broke and desperate. They're going to commit crimes. We just lock them up for 30, 40 years. Police officers are now getting locked up when there's a huge upheaval and the people demand it. So the power is with the people. So Bill Cosby, do an interview. Oprah, interview this guy. Interview Felicia Rashad. Get behind this and stop thinking about your billions of dollars. Get to the truth. Because no one's going to take your money. No one's going to snatch your money. No one's going to... If you kick that shit in a box, you could do the interview. That's it. Bill Cosby. And, and I do want to work for Disney and all these companies. And I will say, I don't know what Bill Cosby did, but I just can't imagine that he did absolutely nothing. And he spent this time in prison for nothing just to keep his money and not get killed. Like, come on, man. You got to hire some people. Bruce Lee doesn't make a movie going, well, the bad guy at the end wants to kick my ass. So I guess I'll just go to prison for 2 years and run away from him. The Avengers fight the Shatari. They don't just sit around and blow up the city to get rid of them. That's it.